Howdy, I'm Cherish.
And I'm Joy.
And we're
Tuzicals Musicals.
And that's Pooh. I'm sorry, we're still talking about that production of Winnie the Pooh. If you haven't, you should go check out that review we did of the Pooh musical, which closed, I think, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Its last show. We tried to go back and see it too, and they were like, nah, fam, it's all closed.
It is going to Chicago, though.
What?
For 13 weeks.
What?
And Cherish and I are trying to, contemplate, can we do it?
Well, no, the messed up part, 6 is coming the week after we would be able to go see Pooh if we decide to, in fact, go see Pooh. Anywho.
Yeah.
But that's not about this. This is about Whisper House. That's exactly what it sounds like at certain points in the show, too. Oh, my goodness. Whisper House is a new musical that we saw, I guess, well, yes, considered new technically, that we were all geared up and ready to see March 2020. We had it all planned out. It was so convenient to the work. Joy and I was like, it's going to take 3 minutes to get there, but not 3 minutes, but it was just like, it was perfect. We were going to go on a Friday. We were going to go. Then 2020 happened. And then it shut and it closed. And the only reason why this show was even on our radar was because our favorite ghost, Molly Hager, aka the Nose Booper, in Waitress, the musical, aka Jenna's mom, aka probably her name is some form of Lulu too, is in Whisper House. Wow, that was a lot of words. But yeah, that girl loves to be a ghost, I guess. I don't know why she likes to appear in ghost form in her works, but here we have it.
Yeah, so it was completely our first time going to this theater.
Which is 59 East 59.
Mm-hmm. Our first time, to the theater, the first time I never heard about the show, prior to 2020. I know Duncan Sheik has been working on it for several years. And I think it's been compared more closely to the style of music for Spring Awakening.
Yes, definitely heard a lot of Spring Awakening. He loves a good letter in his musicals.
Kyle Jarrow did the book. He also helped with lyrics too. So basically, Whisper House is a historical musical.
Duncan Sheik.
It takes place during World War II.
Like at the start,
At the start of World War II in a coastal town of
Maine.
Rhode Island?
I thought it was Maine.
It was Maine?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Rhode Island.
Well, I'm making that up. Why I thought it was Maine? Because... No. It's not Maine.
Anywho, it's one of those New England places. I'll look it up more. Let's see.
I could have swore it was Maine. Anywho, it follows a woman named Lily, who lives by herself. She's one of those, if you think the 40s, like never married, never had children. She's a spinster. She's also like physically handicapped, so that probably like played a role in it. A clubfoot. I hope I didn't offend anybody with that terminology, but I mean she does mention she has a clubfoot. And her family operated this lighthouse, had for years, decades, maybe centuries even, and she employs this Japanese man, and everything's fine and swimmingly, but her nephew, which is her late brother's son, has to come live with her because his mother is suffering some sort of mental illness related to the death of the boy's father, so he has to go live with her. And the boy is very much like coming into age where, like, he
wants to help. He wants to do what he
doesn't want
to be in charge.
He doesn't want to live with his aunt. He'd rather be helping his mother. Of course, he's not allowed to. So what does he do? He does what he thinks he should. There's a local law enforcement person who, now that World War II is starting, and this Japanese man lives there. He can't live there anymore because it's the start of them rounding up Japanese Americans
camps. Mm-hmm.
and bringing them to internment camps.
Think allegiance.
Yes, think allegiance. This boy is like, great, my number's up. I can prove to everyone I am old enough. I am strong enough. I'm the man now. I can go take care of my mother.
He's like 11 years old.
Yeah, if I can turn in this man who, by the way, it seems suspicious. Anywho, the ghost, right? So the local lore is that the lighthouse is haunted. And the story is narrated by Molly Hager and Alex Boniello, who's also in Death West Spring Awakening. And they kind of are narrators, and they kind of are the ghosts, basically, that are haunting the house. That
everyone kind of like, there's no ghost.
Right.
It's like, Lily's like, there's no ghost here. There's
right.
no such thing. But but the little boy feels their presence a lot, and
they're actually very sinister. You don't really think much at first. Well, it takes, I guess, now looking back, like they were showing signs of them like amping up, like how not together they were. To be fair, they died tragically due to Lily, inadvertently, and Christopher's father, which is the young boy's father. Of course, this is decades ago. Do you think the ghosts care? No. Anywho, it's a love story. It's a sad song. No, but it was really nice. I really enjoyed the music. That's one thing I'll give Duncan Sheik. I do enjoy his music a lot. I wish they don't have a song list here, so I can't even tell you which song it was. But there was one song in particular towards the end of the show where the trumpets was just going, I should say trumpet. And our trumpet, I had to give props to her because I just found myself looking up and back to be like, yes, girl, play that trumpet. But by Kate Amrin, it was really good. I really, it was like spooky, but in like the best way. It's
a very small theater, very small show, so you do get acquainted with everyone.
It's a small cast of 5 people.
Yes, and
there was no intermission.
There was no intermission. It was like an hour and a half, no intermission. It's not a musical in a traditional sense for me, in that everyone really has a song. Right. It's more so people kind of talk with the music behind them, and the only ones really truly singing are the ghosts themselves. I think the aunt had a song at one point, but everything else, the ghosts basically were doing most of the singing, and it kind of felt more like a play a little bit to music.
Yes.
Than a musical, because I never felt like the songs really pushed the plot forward. It was just more of a, this is what these people are feeling at the moment, and this is how we're kind of manipulating them more through the song. Like they were telling us what the people were feeling more so the people telling us themselves.
Right.
So I guess that kind of, some people might like that, some people might not. I didn't quite mind it.
Yeah, I mean, and also Lily, like the first song opens up with the ghost being like, here's Lily. Yeah. She lives here. She'd probably be better off dead. Yeah. Here's this little boy. He lost his father. He's losing his mother now. He'd be better off dead. Like, that's kind of like the tone of the...
Yeah, so let's talk about the set.
Oh, yeah. It was a pretty cool set. I mean, it was not a big house at all by any stretch, but there are like 2 points of like entrances. If your seats were towards the back, you came at the top, and if your seats were closer to the stage, you entered downstairs from below, and you actually just like basically like walk across the set to like get to your seats. It's kind of like a, not black boxy, but I guess sort of black boxy.
Yeah, a little more comfortable than a black box.
The band is not on stage at all. The band is like off to the side and
like up in like a balcony area, kind of.
Yeah, and the set was, I actually thought it was very spooky. First of all, the lights are low. There's this like I don't know, it was like fabric-y, kind of like tattered, like fringe, as like a wall. It raises up at some point, and it like exposes like the little boy's room. There's like a window to like show like
the kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen is like downstairs.
Shows the lighthouse.
It was. I didn't find anything crazy about the set.
I thought it was nice. It fit the tone of the show.
For sure.
Definitely a dark show. Not much colors used. Everyone's wearing kind of dark clothing. You know, it fit in with the time and like.
It's actually like one. Yeah, sorry. One point where they kind of like kill the lights. Not like Oklahoma Revival kill the lights, but like people like using the flashlights and lanterns and stuff. It was interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, the costumes were Alex and Molly's costumes. The ghost costumes were like that gives you an idea of the time. They were in like 20s kind of
regalia.
Yeah, like 20s clothing, like the flapper kind of dress. And Alex played the guitar a lot during the show.
Yes.
And then so their clothes are different from everyone else's clothes. Like the aunt's very much like a utility sort of person. She's wearing pants back in the 40s.
Yeah, the sweaters.
You know, it's cold. You know, they're by the water. It's coastal. The little boy is wearing like
short pants.
Yeah, short pants and like. I would say his outfit kind of gave me like a different time too. A little bit.
Think so?
Yeah, it didn't quite fit, but I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to say something about like how he dressed clearly. But I thought most boys here in the 40s wore long pants. You know, like
I guess
he kind of had more like an English kind of look to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
okay, yes, I see what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. He was pretty good. You know, he kind of carried a lot of the show. This boy, and he's like by himself. So
we're not 100% sure if this was the same little boy who would have been in it in March of 2020. We're not sure because he definitely is kind of tall.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to tell with children. Like, did he just have a spurt, or like was he smaller before? Was he meant to be like younger? Like
maybe they changed his age so he could still do.
Yeah, we're not sure. It doesn't really matter, but.
It's very interesting, so to speak. But maybe it is. They kept the children of Mrs. Doubtfire, and that boy grew.
That's true. This is true. This is true. What I will say about East 59th Street Theater, this is kind of stepping away from the show, is this was the first theater, not even the Broadway houses are doing this. This was the first theater that was like, okay, you have to have your booster to come here.
And a KN95 mask.
And a KN95 mask. And they're like, if you don't have a KN95 or N90, whatever, you know, the KNs, the Ns, if you don't have one of those masks, that they would provide one for you. So now, Joy and I had one, but we didn't have them on at, you know, when we entered the theater. And yes, we did. Yeah, we did. We changed before we went inside.
We went in the car.
Right. And so... But when we get to our seats, we're kind of looking around and like, not everyone has, you know, the mask. And we were kind of like, I don't know. That email was very specific about what was allowed and what was not allowed. And then very shortly before the show started, one of the ushers, staff, came by and she's like, hi, yeah. She was like, we'd like to upgrade your mask for you. You know, we're very close to the actors and we like to, you know, keep everybody safe, basically. And like, here you go. I
think that was a nice way of saying upgrade your mask. Yes. That was so smooth.
Oh, so smooth with it. Oh, my goodness.
They were like, especially the people in like the first like 3 rows. And it makes sense because we are kind of basically on the stage. Yeah, it's one of those kind of theaters, very close.
Yeah, I mean, it has very like step stadium kind of seats, but it was very, yes, it was very, it was close. It's an intimate theater.
Everyone had a good seat in the house.
Yes, no one has a bad seat in the house. But, like, no partial view, nothing. Just, like, and I was like, wow, it was so smooth. And, like, how can you not want to upgrade your mask? So you just put it on, right? If someone hands you a different type of mask. I was like, that was so great. And then to wait until people are, like, settled and, like, in their seats.
So you can look at everything.
Right, and don't bombard them as they, like, come in, like with their, like, here's your program and here's your mask. Because, like, what? Huh? What's going on? Like, it was great. Props. Props.
I would say they're probably mostly doing that because they don't need as many masks as the Broadway House Theater would to go do that many masks. Because, you know, almost everyone.
True.
Even we would need you know, I mean, we have some, but like, you know,
right. If we didn't have it on at the moment,
like, you know, so.
Oh man, yeah, that was Whisper House. Thanks for watching. Bye.